This is how to make your band sound huge on a budget using WorshipSong Band. So I'm at the Praisecharts website, and Praisecharts has a product called clicktrack and another called rhythmtrack. And they have about 500 songs that have these products with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a clicktrack, a rhythmtrack, and WorshipSong Band ambient together to make a big sound, and I'm going to pay about $4.50 per song to do it and have a library of 500 songs to pick from. So what I do is I buy both of these products at my diamond level. It's 2 credits. I download them, and then what I do is I drag both files in the key I want together into my into one zip file. So I'll buy both of them and I'll drag one into the other. So notice in here I have the click that I bought. I got 2 keys, but I only care about one of them. I have the rhythm click track in C and the click track in C, and then I make this tracks.txt file. And what goes in that is the standard header information for WorshipSong Band. So the name of the song, the songwriters. You want to make sure this key matches because it's important for the ambient feature of WorshipSong Band. And then you list out the 2 tracks you care about, click and rhythm. Now the key here is that the click track is a split track. So you say split click, and what WorshipSong Band does is it peels those off into 2 separate tracks. A click track and then the other part of it, which is the keyboard parts typically that's on the other side. And then a rhythm track, which is a melodic full stereo track. So you say melodic rhythm, cornerstone rhythm. So we're going to have click and rhythm together, and then the rest of the file is just standard stuff. So you list that stuff together. You have that in your file. Then this file with these in it goes into your library. Then what I do is I load the song in WorshipSong Band. So this is it right here. You'll notice what I have here is click, track, and rhythm. So if I play that, I won't turn on the ambient pads yet.
Three, 4.
That's what's in their track, which is kind of the same as our ambience basically. But anyway, I'm going to mute that because I'd rather use our ambience. And I'm going to bring the rhythms back up.
Verse 1.
Now what I'm going to do is turn the ambient pads on in WorshipSong Band. It automatically picks C because that's what the song is. So now I have my own ambient pads in C. So you can hear that we're getting a nice full sound for what we bought in stereo.
Repeat. Verse.
I'll mute the click. So the click, you can split the stereo and then you'd have mono, or you can get a box to give you 3 channels out, and I'll explain how to do that on the cheap in a second. Adjust it how you want it. Since we're big, we can bring our pads up here. So that's how you make a big sound from just those tracks from Praisecharts. Um, what you don't have if you buy this is you don't have the integrated chord charts that you do with the MultiTracks. So that's an advantage to buying the full MultiTracks. But this is definitely a way to get started with the song on an inexpensive budget and build up your library pretty quickly. And then you can graduate into the MultiTracks or whatever you want. So the last thing is cheap audio output. What I recommend for that is if you're using a PC or Mac, which is the good way to do this, this thing, Native Instruments Tractor Audio 2. What this is it basically, you plug it into your USB, you use either on your Mac just straight Mac drivers or ASIO drivers on your PC, and it basically gives you two stereo splits out. And so in WorshipSong Band, once you have ASIO mode going, then you just on the audio menu you select multi-channel output and you select ASIO and you select the tractor. Now you have 4 channels out, and so you can have the full stereo sound like we're hearing here on one side, and then you can have the click coming out another, and then you get full stereo out. For a $50 box hooked to say $300 or $400 PC like I have here, and so that's definitely a cheap solution for high quality tracks. WorshipSong Band.